Everywhere in the world, we can observe and be touched by acts of kindness. People from all walks of life, faiths, and cultures extend themselves beyond the call of duty to help others unconditionally. Through their noble deeds, humanity as a whole is elevated. To commend virtuous actions and encourage more people to be inspired by their examples, Supreme Master Ching Hai has lovingly created a series of awards, including the Shining World Leadership Award, Shining World Compassion Award, Shining World Hero and Heroine Awards, Shining World Honesty Award, Shining World Protection Award, Shining World Intelligence Award, and Shining World Inventor Award to recognize some of the most exemplary, generous, caring, and courageous people who walk amongst us. Mr. Zubiru Jalloh works as a taxi driver in Brooklyn, New York, USA. One Sunday afternoon, while on duty, he helped a lady with disabilities to get into his taxi. When he opened the door, he discovered that a previous passenger had forgotten a bag.
It was Sunday evening. When I opened the back door, I just saw this white bag. So I took the bag with me at the front seat. So when the lady was inside the car, I closed the door for her. So when I dropped her, so I continued my journey all the way to the Grand Mosque. So when I finished doing my prayer, I decided to open the bag. I saw a lot of stuff inside. And first of all, I saw pictures from the gentleman, family pictures like weddings or parties, and a bank books. I was trying to find out if I can see any business card or any phone number. I haven't saw that at all. And I saw something like a little small case. It's a big jewelry, and like necklace so big and huge. It looked like the diamond is inside, but the chain is a gold. But the thing here is a huge one. I took it home with me and I saw to my wife, and I said, this I find inside my taxi. Please keep it. Somewhere, let me see if I'm gonna find out who is the owner.
In addition, Mr. Jalloh asked his wife to answer all phone calls in case the owner would try to make contact. Indeed, the next day he received a call from the owner. To ensure a secure transfer, Mr. Jalloh personally delivered the necklace and the rest of the items.
I saw already the pictures inside the bag. So I know exactly that is the right person for this bag. I said, can I have your ID? So he gave me his ID. I saw the picture on his ID, and I saw the pictures what the inside the bag, the same. And I said, okay, I want you to do me a favor. You make a little piece of paper, you sign, and you give it to me, so I'm going to give you your bag back. When I give it to him, he opened the bag, money was inside, like $229. He said, Mr. Jalloh, can I ask you a question? I said, yes, go ahead. Can you tell me why you give me this? I said, first of all, this is my ethics. This is the way I raised by my family. My mom raised me this way. I'm a Muslim. I practice my religion. It's not belong to me. I know this thing is belong to someone else. He said, do you know how the value of this thing? I said, no. He said, this thing is more than $75,000. Thank you very much. And right away, he gave me $1,000. I said, sir, if it's for the money, it's not worth it for me to come here. I don't need your money. This is the way I am. Keep your money and just pray for me. All that time, he already contacted all the medias. Before we finished talking, all the medias, they was right there.
Mr. Jalloh, a devoted Muslim, explained how his faith guides him in everyday thoughts and actions.
No. It was no hesitation because it's not belong to me, period. Of course, I discipline myself always to follow all the rules, what Islam said. Peace and unity and justice for all. Believe in every human being. We are all the same people. Always this is the way my religion guide me. Be nice to people. It doesn't matter you guys the same religion. Oh no, but you are all human beings. That's what Islam told me, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking for the brightness and goodness. I hope everybody will be like that way. You know, join hands together, that we live together. I'm looking for peace and good and brightness for me and my children and for everyone.
For Mr. Jalloh's honesty and high morals, Supreme Master Ching Hai honored him with the Shining World Honesty Award, along with $1,000 US. She expressed her admiration for his deed in a personal letter.
Dear Mr. Jalloh, it is with great admiration and gratitude that we present to you the Shining World Honesty Award. This award is presented in recognition of your exemplary model of truthfulness and integrity that sets an outstanding example of high moral living, and for your pious belief in Allah's holy laws which create a better world for us all. Your actions were a great example and a credit to the Muslim faith, beautifully inspiring and reminding us of the fine qualities of goodness and virtue inherent within all of us, and will surely encourage greater trust and respect in our daily lives. We sincerely thank you, Mr. Jalloh. May Allah bless you for your outstanding integrity and honorable endeavors. With great honor, love, and blessings, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I am so humble and grateful to have this. Thank you.
Next up, we have the actual Shining World Honesty Award from Supreme Master Ching Hai for Zubiru Jalloh, exemplary citizen, in recognition of exceptional honesty, honoring Allah with faith, truthfulness, and integrity by demonstrating the highest ideals of morality and goodness.
Wow, that is beautiful. Thank you so much. Beautiful, thank you.
And we have a gift of $1,000 from Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Wow, thank you so much. It is so big and huge. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mr. Jalloh also received gifts of books and DVDs from Supreme Master Ching Hai, including her #1 international bestsellers, The Dogs in My Life, The Birds in My Life, and The Noble Wilds.
It is so good, you know, we join hands together to make our life easy and simple for everyone to live. Let we try to love one another. Thank you again. Thank you very much. And thank everyone.
The second recipient of the Shining World Honesty Award featured in today's program is Mr. Ghazi Adra, a factory worker from Sydney, Australia. Mr. Adra was on his way home when he noticed that something was catching the attention of passers-by on a seat of the train he was exiting. It was an unattended lunchbox. Hoping to find some information inside that would help him locate its owner, Mr. Adra took the container home.
So I carried that little bag with me, and I went home. I left it on the table. I didn't look what's inside. I have my tea, my shower, and I talked to my wife. 2 hours later, I said, "Oh, let me check out what's inside that bag." So I opened the bag, and there was an envelope, a yellow big envelope inside the bag. So I looked at the envelope and said, "Well, what's inside the envelope?" To my amaze, I saw it's like money, all American money, really? Brand new. I said, "That's not real, isn't it?" Or could be some, you know, some people play some games to use it like artificial money. So inside that envelope also there was a receipt. When I look at the receipt, it says from St. George Bank, and there was the name of the person who withdrew $50,000 American from the bank. They converted Australian dollar to American dollars. Then I knew this is a real money, it's not fake.
Shocked by the finding, Mr. Adra shared the news with his wife.
my God, I was a bit nervous and shaky, so because I never hold $50,000 cash in my hand, to be honest. Yeah. So straight away, my wife, she was in her room checking something on the internet. Always call her darling. I said, darling Hannah, look, I found this a lot of money. She said, oh, come on, is this one of your jokes? I said, honest, darling, look, the money. So she looked at this money. I said, they are real money. They are real money. She said, what are you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna go take it straight to the police, and they can find out the real rightful owner.
So you thought that straight away? You did?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I never hesitate. Like, let me think about it next day, or keep some of this money, or keep it. I said, never occurred to me. Straight away, I said, no, this money has to go back straight to the police, and they will find the rightful owner. I said, you can imagine that person when they realize they lost their money. Yeah. They will never be sleeping, they will be crying. You never know, see.
That's so beautiful.
It break your heart. I will never ever keep something that doesn't belong to me, see. If you need something, it will come to you in the right way.
The police indeed found the lady who lost the money.
On the phone, she said, thank you, Ghazi. And then later, the day tonight, they arranged for, so we meet. She said, oh, I'm so happy that you got the money. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. I was so nice. Happy for her, you see. And then the next day, she rang my son, Bill, or she talked to him on the phone. She said, I'd like to give a reward for your father of $1,000 reward.
Yeah.
And then she gave him $1,000, which he brought to me the next day. I said, Bill, I don't want that money, but I'd like to donate that money to the Queensland flood appeal, because a lot of people, they lost their homes, they lost their property. Probably they need that money more than I do. See, there's always people badly need it than we are, see. So I would like to help one family. I went to the bank and give them $1,000 donation. It's really make me feel proud. Give me a peaceful mind, you see, that I've done something which, everyone should do, see. And that's my message to everyone, not only in Australia, and all over the world. Because I'm sure there are thousands of people and thousands, they will do exactly the same.
Mr. Adra's wife proudly spoke of her husband.
I'm very, very lucky to be with him. He is a very, very good man.
Yeah.
In every way possible. It's true. I'm very proud.
Mr. Adra attributed his behavior to his upbringing and observance of the Muslim tenets, which highly emphasized the importance of honesty and goodness.
We were brought like this since we were little kids. At home, see, my parents, they always tell us, you have to be very honest. You never touch something that doesn't belong to you. If you find at school a pencil or ruler, don't bring it home. This is not yours.
Even small things.
Even small things, just give it to the teacher. The same thing also in our, like every religion, you see, they always tell you that how to be good to others, you don't have to take something, doesn't belong to you. See, every single religion teach you the rightful things. Which that's also my beliefs too. If everybody follow exactly what we've been told to do, I think we live in a better world, that's for sure. Islam is like all other religions, always teaches people the right way, to be honest with your life, to be faithful, you see. Like the same with other religions, almost the same, you see. Islam is a wonderful religion. It is a religion of love, religion of trust.
For his noble deed and way of life, Mr. Adra was recognized by Supreme Master Ching Hai with the Shining World Honesty Award and a contribution of 1,000 Australian dollars for his personal use. She conveyed her appreciation in the following letter.
Dear Mr. Adra, it is with much admiration and gratitude that we present to you the Shining World Honesty Award. This award is presented in recognition of your inspiring example of truthfulness, integrity, and high moral living, and thus helping to create a better world. Dear Mr. Adra, the choice you made in returning the money shows that you are well on the path to glory, and heaven will greet you as a most beloved son when you return to the true riches and bounty of paradise, where the everlasting treasure is found. That your family supported you in your noble-hearted choice also shows what a wonderful father you are, and that you have taught them how to value those things in life that are more precious than gold and rubies. For your purity of heart and mind, for living a saintly life, for the excellent values you have instilled in your family, and for providing such a wonderful example of wisdom and integrity for all to see, we hereby applaud and celebrate the shining honesty of Mr. Ghazi Adra, a true blue model Australian. With great honor, love, and blessings, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Mr. Adra graciously thanked Supreme Master Ching Hai for the award, her contribution of 1,000 Australian dollars, and other gifts which contained her #1 international best-selling books and DVDs.
I'd like to thank you very much for this lovely award you gave me. Make me feel humbled and honored, and I will treasure this for the rest of my life. I'll just make sure it will be passed to my grandchildren, and so they can be proud of this one, and they said this is what the grandfather did, and we have to follow his steps, and to do exactly what we've been doing, and that's how exactly we teach our children, and I think every family, they will teach their children the same way as we did.
Our sincere thanks, Mr. Zubiru Jalloh and Mr. Ghazi Adra, for your admirable nature of righteousness and goodness. May you, your loved ones, and future generations be ever more blessed with inner purity and contentment with Allah's munificent blessings. Gentle viewers, thank you for joining us today. Wishing you abundant grace from heaven.
September 11th, 2011 marks the 10th anniversary of 9/11, the tragic collapse of the World Trade Center's Twin Towers in New York, USA. Within days of the disaster, over 400 search and rescue dogs and their human partners arrived from around the world to search for missing persons amid the rubble and debris. One of these dedicated canines was a beautiful black Labrador retriever named Jake. Mary Flood, a manager at a federal search and rescue team called Utah Task Force 1, was this brave dog's caregiver. When Mary Flood first met Jake, he had been abandoned on the street and was seriously hurt.
I got Jake in 1996 when he was about a year old. When I took him to the vet, they said he'd already had a broken leg, and now he had a broken leg and dislocated hip. And that was facing a big medical bill, but we decided, yes, we'll do this.
Miss Flood had no intention of training Jake for search and rescue work as he was injured, and she already had a dog companion trained in this field, but Jake had other plans.
And then I lost my search dog, and Jake put his paw up for the job, and everybody said, he can't do that, he's a cripple. And he went, well, that may be so, but I'm still able to do it. And he really outworked almost any other dog you'd see. At the end of the day, the other dogs would be, all right, I'm ready to sleep. And he's like, can we just throw the ball a few times? So that was Jake. He taught me more than I ever taught him. And that's a good dog.
The intensive search and rescue training was often challenging for Jake.
It was harder for him maybe than others. As part of the test, you have to climb ladders, and Jake had a leg that was about 2 inches shorter than the other leg. So when he climbed a ladder, he'd be stretching the short leg to reach the rungs, and it was a little hard for people to watch this dog climbing a ladder going like this with their foot to reach the rung. But he did it, and we worked very hard on ladders so that he could climb up and down the steepest ladder and ladders on corners and everything else.
Jake was so dedicated to his work that he would often forsake his own comfort and safety to help others. Miss Flood recalls one such incident while on a search and rescue mission in New Orleans, USA, just after Hurricane Katrina.
At Katrina, I sent him over a refrigerator, and I thought I'd cleared below, and then I heard breaking glass. So he had glass in his foot, and he hobbled to our docks, and our docks pulled out the glass, sewed up his foot, no anesthesia, no muzzle. And then he was off duty for a little while, and I got back, and he was like begging for food from everybody, and as soon as he saw me, he went, I'm ready to work, no problem here. But that was Jake, he really was a tough guy. He'd been through a lot of pain and used it to keep himself going.
Through his dedication to assisting others, Jake was an exemplary search and rescue dog.
It's really quite an honor to be associated with a dog who made such an impact in the world. He really was someone who helped us during difficult times at World Trade. He'd see somebody that needed a hand and he'd sort of stuff his nose in their lap. And he was a good therapy dog, but he was also really a tireless search dog. It could be in the snow, it could be in the heat, it could be in disasters. He was always there, always ready to work.
In recognition of his devotion to helping others, Supreme Master Ching Hai honored Jake with a posthumous Shining World Hero Award. On her behalf, our association members presented a framed award letter, a number of Supreme Master Ching Hai's DVDs and books, including the #1 international bestsellers, The Birds in My Life and The Noble Wilds, and a beautiful crystal award plaque to Mary Flood. Supreme Master Ching Hai also provided $500 US to purchase veg snacks for Jake's successor, a canine called Bibi.
For Jake, search and rescue dog, in recognition of a lifetime of noble service and devotion to duty and risking his own safety in tirelessly searching for survivors in the unstable aftermath of 9/11.
I know he would so appreciate all of this, and on behalf of Jake, I thank you all for this wonderful award. It's just such an incredible honor to see that what he brought to the world lives on and people remember him. You know, I could do as well as he did, and I'd be very proud of myself. I don't know if I'll ever live up to it. And thank you to the Supreme Master for this generous award to Jake and in his memory, and for recognizing all of the wonderful things that we do for our fellow humans.
Next, we'll learn about the heroic efforts of Saphira, a beautiful Siberian Husky puppy, who saved the lives of 3 adults, 3 children, 2 dogs, and 2 cats. Her caregiver, Christopher Blake, describes what Saphira was like.
She loved to play. She liked to play and run, and she played with the cats that we had, with the kids. She liked to go places with us. She loved to be in the car, you know, traveling to the schools to pick up the kids and everything. She was really, really pretty awesome.
One morning at 5 a.m., while Mr. and Mrs. Blake and their 3 children were fast asleep, a fire suddenly broke out in their 2-story duplex. Saphira immediately sensed the danger that her beloved family faced and began barking loudly, with all her might, eventually waking Mr. Blake.
The first thing I thought about was, you know, what's going on, and, you know, I couldn't breathe, couldn't see, it was hot, and I had to wake my wife up so we could get the kids all into one room. And then when we realized we couldn't get downstairs, we had to climb out the window and get out of the house as quick as possible. We got all the kids together in my son Brett, his room, and we took the air conditioner out of the window, climbed out of the window onto the front porch awning, and then I had to jump down, and then my wife handed me the kids, and then I held my wife down.
Chris Blake then alerted his neighbor in the duplex, Caitlin Wells, who also escaped safely along with her 2 dog and 2 cat companions. But by this time, the fire was too far advanced for Mr. Blake to re-enter the building, and sadly, the Blakes' 2 family cat companions and Saphira perished in the flames.
Saphira was not with you for very long. Do you think there might have been a reason that she came into your life at the time she did?
When I think about it, yeah, I think that, you know, she was put there for us to be there when we needed her, and she was. She saved our lives. You hear the stories, you see it on TV, like Lassie. That dog saved people, and, you know, Saphira was our Lassie. She woke me up, which We were told there's no way we should have even woken up because of all the smoke, but I heard her bark and she woke me up.
With tearful prayers, Supreme Master Ching Hai honored Saphira for her absolute loyalty and life-saving act with a posthumous Shining World Hero Award, along with $1,000 toward the purchase of toys for the Blake family's children. Our association members presented the prestigious award plaque to Mr. Blake and a selection of Supreme Master Ching Hai's DVDs and books, including The Birds in My Life and The Noble Wilds. The following is a reading of the letter that accompanied the award.
Dear Blake family, it was with much sadness that I heard about the passing away of your beloved family protector, Saphira, the Siberian Husky. In her honor, we would like to present you with the Shining World Hero Award. This award is presented in recognition of her selfless and loving sacrifice for the good of the family, her unquestionable loyalty, and for her shining example of God's blessed gift to humankind, the animals. 3 adults, 3 small children, 2 dogs, and 2 cats were all saved by faithful Saphira during an early morning fire which broke out in a 2-story duplex. Always vigilant, her keen senses knew something was wrong, so she barked incessantly, wanting to warn all of the impending danger. She woke Chris, who immediately smelled smoke, enabling him to rescue family members. Fire had already engulfed the first floor, making it impossible to go out of the front door. So the family was forced to flee out the bedroom window onto an awning. Chris then alerted adjoining neighbors, who in turn saved their pets. Regretfully, the fire was too far advanced to re-enter. So the family cats, Saphira, were lost in the inferno. Her heroic act of saving all of you has touched our hearts to tears and surely has moved countless others reading of her love. So I can fully understand the deep sorrow and loss felt. A family member has been lost, yet she has returned the love you shared with her in the highest form she could. May our animal friends be ever regarded as priceless gifts of love in our lives. On behalf of our entire association, please convey our heartfelt condolences and deepest sympathy to all of your family. May God bless and protect you and provide you with the comfort needed during your mourning for your much beloved Saphira. With great honor, love, and blessings, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Christopher Blake accepted the award on behalf of Saphira.
I appreciate it very much. I like the award. It's beautiful. It's a great treasure in her honor, since she did give up her life for us. It's nice to have something to show for it, and besides our lives, but it's got her picture on it, so we get to see her every day.
Mr. Blake also has a personal message for Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everything. The awards, the letters, the books. It's all very, very nice. Thank you.
May heaven bless the courageous, heroic dogs, Jake and Saphira, for their selfless service to others. They are a reminder of the noble qualities inherent in all animals. We are sincerely thankful that they graced our earth with their presence, and may their souls rest in peace. Blessed viewers, thank you for joining us for this edition of the Shining World Award Series. May we all be heroes and protect all animal life every day.
For more details, please see www.suprememastertv.com/AW.